Do I regret learning Japanese? I spent a lot of time, effort and money to obtain language skill, and my first goal was migrating to Japan. And since I've changed my decision, I was worried that all of that just was a waste of time. But a lot of time passed since I lived in Japan, and now I can actually tell that the Japanese language has a positive influence on at least 3 parts of my life: career, health, and hobbies. And in this video, I will talk about all of them. So if you're struggling with learning Japanese, if you're going to a language school or doing self-study and thinking, is it worth it? Here are my stories, how Japanese language influenced my life, and make sure to watch this video till the end, because the last point is going to be about a thing that combine all 3 things: career, health, and hobbies, and connects with Japanese language. Since I left Japan in 2018, my knowledge of the Japanese language helped me to land at least 2 jobs. Plus, there was 1 job offer that I declined. I will talk about it later in this section about my jobs. So basically what happened? In 2018, when I returned to Ukraine from Japan, I returned, let's say, not in the best condition. I was in debt, I had health issues, and I needed a job very quickly. Luckily for me, I was able to land a job immediately, even without applying anywhere. I'm working in SEO. I have a video about it, you can watch it later. And the company where I used to work before I left to Japan, they reached out to me because they had websites in Japanese that they wanted to promote, and they gave me an offer, which is great. I still friends with a lot of people from this company. It was very helpful, very in time, and I think the most valuable was that I was able to use my Japanese language skill immediately as I arrived from Japan. So it was like, oh, okay, all of that wasn't like for nothing. I have a job now. Eventually, I had to quit that company. I was burnt out, and it happened right before pandemic hit. Now about the second job, the job offer that I declined. So after that horrible burnout, I was considering to change fields, and I was looking for jobs not in SEO. And I was looking for something with Japanese language, and in Ukraine, well, there wasn't so many companies, but I found one. The descriptions of the position was a little bit vague, but it was entry-level management position, and I was curious, and it required Japanese, so I applied. I had 2 interviews, like HR screening and the interview where they test my Japanese language speaking skills, and I passed both interviews. And after I passed them, they sent me an offer, and I declined it because in the offer I understand that this was online gambling company, and I didn't want to work in online gambling. But even though I didn't get a job, this was a very positive experience to me, because during that job hunting period, before this offer, I had a very long streak of rejections and ghosting. So getting a feeling, oh, I actually can land a job, like even the one I don't want, I still capable to land a job, and it gave me a boost of energy, gave me some confidence. So in a month after I declined that offer, I find a job. It wasn't connected to Japanese language, so I will not get too deep into this one. So in the first video of this channel in 2025, I told that I started looking for a job. I need to support myself, my family in Ukraine, and pay my editors. So I started to look for a job, and I'm happy to announce that Japanese language helped me to land the job. I found it pretty quickly, to be honest. I found another SEO job with international projects, and there was description that they required someone with Japanese knowledge. It's so helpful that I was able to land it so quickly, because actually I decided that I need a job in November 2024 when I was in Japan. I went to Animate and I spent so much money on anime merch. So I was like, oh, if I want, keep buying, Gojo figures and stuff, I need a job. and I got one. Also worth mentioning that I compared it later. Like, since I have a great experience in SEO and I have one language on the top that I can offer as a skill set, and I noticed it that the salaries for my positions without extra language usually a bit lower. So I can proudly say that my investment in learning Japanese returned to me later in higher paychecks. It's also relevant to my first job in Ukraine, like after I returned. So yeah, but there's one thing I need to tell you guys. The next thing the Japanese language is helpful for is much, much better than any job can offer. I have ADHD, and research suggests that we are at higher risk of development dementia, which sucks. On the bright side, studies also show that learning a foreign language might help to reduce that risk. I'm not a scientist, and these claims still need more solid evidence, but I can definitely say that studying a language, especially one as different as Japanese, feels like mental workout. Like, even though I'm not doing traditional textbook style study right now, I'm still trying to maintain my Japanese language skills. I use apps or watch obscure Japanese YouTube videos. For instance, a YouTube channel of a guy who go to a supermarket and make pets from food. I mean, he took a crab or shrimp and adopt them as a pet. And actually, those channels, they have so much great grammar, so much useful phrases, and also Japanese YouTube have subtitles, so it makes my studying much better, and I hope it will help to reduce the risk for me of getting dementia. One more example when Japanese feels like a workout. I spent at least 2 days talking fully Japanese when a Japanese mangaka SM visited me. I have a video about it on the channel. After we finished our meeting and I returned home and stopped thinking and talking in Japanese, I felt like I was lifting weights, like muscle. But with my brain. And I definitely can say that learning language like that is helpful for my cognitive skills and keeping my mind in a good shape. Learning a language also helps with attention control, training memory, and improving overall cognitive skills. And all of these huge struggles for ADHDers. So I'm glad I have a lifelong workout for my brain because I know I will never know Japanese as a native. Another health benefit is that it helps me be more social. And since humans are social creatures, knowing Japanese allows me expand my circle of people I can connect with, even outside Japan. Like, for example, I attended Japanese speaking club, or I helped some tourist Japanese. I was their unofficial guide, and they wanted just to hang out, so I did things like that. Of course, when I travel to Japan, there is even more ways for me to meet people, especially when I'm in the middle of nowhere. People are very curious how I ended up there. And also, I really like going to Japanese public bath sento. Grannies there, they are very chatty, and I think the big percent of my speaking skill is from talking to those grannies. Socializing itself has health benefits, including reduced stress, a lower risk of heart disease, and improved mood and overall well-being. So yeah, I genuinely believe that knowing Japanese helps to keep me in a better shape, both my body and mind. But the next point I'm going to talk about is also very important benefit of learning a Japanese language. Anime and manga has been my hobby since I was a kid. Since I know Japanese now, I can experience so many more things with knowledge of language. For instance, when I watch anime, I can understand some nuances in language that couldn't be easily translated to any other foreign language. Another thing, the Japanese language opened to me a whole new world of things I can experience, for instance, stage plays and live concerts. I don't need to wait for official translations anymore. I can just watch official stream, and with concert, if I'm lucky, I can even attend one of those, applying for crazy Japanese lotteries for those concerts or other events, even like club cafes, they also have lotteries. It's much easier when you know Japanese and you can navigate their websites. One main hobby, I guess, right now for me is anime pilgrimage. Of course, there are maps with pilgrimage locations in English, but some locations are a little bit better explained in Japanese websites. So yeah, I mean, it's very cool that my hobby, thankfully to a language, have so many shapes and forms. I enjoy it a lot. Learning Japanese also opened to me the way to enjoy Japanese voice dramas or drama CD. There is like a whole genre of those called BLCD, which are boys love dramas. Thankfully, I'm able to enjoy projects like Hypnosis Mic Division Rap Battle, which main story is told in a form of drama CDs. I think the coolest part is that my hobbies actually motivate me to keep learning Japanese. They let me enjoy things I love more deeply while also giving me all the benefits I mentioned in this video. But what Japanese language added to my life that improved like all three areas: my career, health and hobbies? It's making YouTube videos for this channel, yay! I plan to monetize this channel eventually, so hopefully it becomes a career path someday. But for now, it's still a hobby and one I really enjoy. I'm also trying to build a community here so we can all connect and socialize more. I know, parasocial relationships can sometimes be unhealthy, but honestly, any kind of relationship can be toxic if not handled well. The key is moderation. That said, I truly appreciate all of your comments. Reading and replying to them brings me a lot of joy. The channel exists because I learned Japanese and I wanted to share my journey with the language and the culture. So if this video gave you a little glimpse into how learning Japanese can impact your life, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. I'm already working on my next video, so see you in the next one!